All right, we want to quickly talk about other validation rules. We have value missing, which is the one we demonstrated using the required. Sorry, we don't need this. This is what we did, demonstrated using the required. We have type mismatch. We have pattern mismatch. Okay, let's talk about type mismatch. For example, I have this thing saying text accepts both number and text, so just sees it as text, so it's not really descriptive. But if we say what we need is an email, what we need is an email, what happens is that in our CSS here, this invalid pseudo class selector is triggered as long as every rule here has not been met. Do you understand? For example, if what you provide is not an email, it will trigger invalid even if you entered something. Okay, so the first step is if nothing is entered and the field is required, it is invalid. If you don't provide an email, it is invalid. Okay, so as long as there is a rule returning false, you will have your invalid stuff executed, or should I say applied. Okay, that's the word to use. Okay, so it will be triggered and applied. Okay, so if the only case where you get valid if is when all rule are returning true. For example, your type, you provided a valid email and you provided an email. Okay, starting from providing an email, then providing a valid email, so everything returns true, and then you have your valid rule applied. Okay, so now let's try. We have our type email, we'll save, come here, refresh, and now this is expecting an email. All right, okay, so let's type something. Let's say austin1.com. this is not accepted, that's why you still see the red. But if we say Austin, if we highlight now, you see please include an at in the email address. Okay, so if you come here and say Austin at something, all right, so it has to be Austin at something.com. So that simple type we provided there has like an embedded validator within that makes sure the email format you are entering is valid. This does not mean, for example, if I say Austin at s.com, no email like this exists, but it will accept it. That's why you need to provide other forms of validation. But for just basics, UI stuff and the rest, UX stuff, you could use your front end validation. But for real validation, you have to implement some backend codes. Okay, so we have this validating because first of all, we have provided a content, we have fulfilled the required condition. Now we are fulfilling the type condition, so we fulfill both condition and we have the green. Okay, so if one of them fails, it will return red. All right, for something like this, to return red. Okay, so that is how it works. That's type mismatch. So if I'm expecting a URL and you're giving me something that does not match the format of a URL, it will return false. Okay, so that is type mismatch. Okay, now we have pattern mismatch. Okay, for example, there is an attribute called pattern in HTML. Okay, I can specify a regular expression here within these quotes that my input will have to conform to. A regular expression, if in case you don't know about it yet, you can go and read about it. It's not that easy to grasp, but as you keep working with it, you get used to it. But it's not friendly at all. When you see the syntax, it's scary, but with practice, you get used to it. Okay, I tried becoming a pro at this before, but let's leave that story. Okay, I will write a simple regular expression for this input. starting like this. Okay, what I'm saying now is that accept alphabets irrespective of the case. Okay, and I'll come here in between and say accept a space between. Okay, so this is not a regular expression class. So let's just go and test this. This is now a pattern. We are trying to test for a pattern mismatch. Okay, so I'll refresh and come here, and if we type A, it's supposed to validate what's happening. Let's see if it is supposed to validate. It's supposed to validate. Okay. Okay, we still have our email here. Okay. Let's make it text. All right. Yeah. So it's supposed to validate now. Come A. Okay. If I say 1 is invalid because we are expecting just alphabets. So let's say Austin Asoluka. Okay, it works now because I have my space. Okay, accept space and digits. Okay, so if I say 0, it's invalid. It has to be what I specified. Okay, so you see that this is a demonstration of pattern mismatch. All right, so we could come for our password and say we need it to be 8 or more. Okay, Austin Asoluka. Okay, and I'll just spell my surname. Okay, let's go. Okay, this isn't working. I don't know for what reason. Okay, why aren't you working, bro? Let's just do this and so. Okay, so that's to be 8. That's to be 8 or more. Okay, 8 or more. Okay, this is the lower boundary, upper, anything. Okay, so if the password is not up to 8 character, it does not validate 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and it validates. Okay, so this is very basic irregular expression. See, so validated 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 validated. All right, so that is for irregular expression. So if this is not fulfilled, it returns a pattern mismatch, which makes our invalid here to trigger, and we get a red left border. But if that pattern is fulfilled, yeah, first of all, if you provided the content to fulfill the required, so you fulfill the value missing what is it called now, validation rule, by specifying that, by imputing a content first that's required, then you now move further to satisfy the pattern mismatch validation rule by imputing or providing an input, okay, into your form that satisfies the condition that was specified there. Okay, so that is that. So we talked about patterns, fulfilling the pattern validation rule, and the value missing rule is required, and the type mismatch rule. Okay, so that is that for that. And there's something I missed. I'm supposed to have labels for this input form. Okay, so I'm supposed to have labels for that, for good UX. so somebody knows what to enter here, what to enter here. We have just been doing that based on guesswork. So what I'll do is I'll come here as an attribute. I will specify that is called a placeholder. Okay, and I'll say username, password. Okay, so now the person knows what to enter. You understand? Okay, so I'll come here to another attribute I'll introduce you to is the title. Okay, I'll say only alphabets and spaces allowed. I'll come here and say password must be 8 or more characters long. Okay, so that's okay. Now come back here, refresh. Only alphabets and spaces allowed. Password must be 8 or more characters long. Okay, so you see that is that. So our login form, is improving. Okay, so this is what we have here. Login. I'm tempted to change this login here or whatever. Okay, let's see he change the board. Okay, yep. Let's come here and do something with this color. Just feel free, be creative. 150. Okay, I think I like this. All right, I'll call it a wrap for this video. I'm trying my best to make it short so that we can work on things bit by bit. Okay, so I thought I would be able to cover the attribute selector, but we didn't even talk about it in this video. So what will happen is in my next video we'll try to demonstrate. Okay, what I'll do is I'll give you an assignment. You go and look out for how to implement ranges. Okay, we have different type of input elements. We have checkbox, we have radio, we have ranges, we have lots of them, data list, select, lot of them. So for the range underflow, to trigger the range underflow validation rule, you will need a range element to test that on. Okay, too long, you have to specify a length. Okay, a max length. For range overflow, you have to still use the range. Step mismatch is basically for range too. Okay, so I'll give you the assignment. Go out there, search about native validation rules for HTML and CSS, and you should get some of this. Okay, so I'll try my best not to visit this again when we have our next session. We'll just go into attribute selectors. Okay, so all we've been learning since the past 2 videos would be very useful when we start talking about responsive design. Okay, you might not see how useful now, but after the next few classes, when we talk about responsive design and the code we'll be implementing would look more familiar to you. Okay, thank you for joining me for this session. See you next time.